this. Look at this pigmentation. Are you screaming? Now watch. I'm going to remove it literally immediately. Look at how pigmented it is. And now we're going to remove it, and it's going to have already stained. Hey guys, welcome back to the Clean Beauty Code. I'm so excited for this video because we're doing something a little bit fun and different for this channel, but not fun and different for other channels. This has been a concept that has existed for a million years. We're doing a full face of the highest rated like clean makeup products at Sephora, and I'm really excited. I created this like reverse cat eye look doing the full face of that. I really actually enjoyed filming this, and this was really fun, and it was interesting because I got to grab products that I haven't grabbed in a while, and really sat and thought like, oh wow, people love this, or oh wow, people don't. I'm surprised that something isn't rated higher or whatever, because obviously products are so subjective, and like what you love and what you don't love is really dependent on your skin type, what your preference is, all of that. So I really enjoyed filming this. I do think I'm going to do the lowest rated, and then I do think I'm going to do other stores if you guys do enjoy this concept for this channel. If you want to see like Creative Beauty, or you want to see Detox Market, or even just like Ulta, Target, let me know down below, because it was really fun creating this look for you guys, and I do think like a reverse cat eye I need to start doing more. And yeah, I just kind of want to jump into this video and get started. So if you're excited for this video and more videos like this, then please like and subscribe. And without further ado, let's get into this full face of the highest rated clean makeup at Sephora video. All right, you guys, a full face of the highest rated makeup at Sephora. I'm excited, and I just want to jump in and get started with this. This was a trend that was like a huge thing back a couple years ago, maybe 2016-ish time on YouTube. So I'm really excited to do it because I've always wanted to do it. So we're going to do this. We're also going to be doing the lowest rated makeup, and I'm excited. So let's get into it. So I wanted to find the best rated clear brow gel. A lot of the highest rated brow gels were like the Kosas tinted one was the highest one, I believe. And then there were a few other ones that were the highest, but I wanted to find the highest rated clear brow gel, and it actually happened to be one I love. It was the Rose Ink Clear Brow Gel. So we're going to use this today. My brows have been in a tough spot, you guys. Just the ends here. First of all, you can see how they don't match. It's just like unhinged right now on my brows. They're growing back though. I had like it's not even like I lost brow hairs. There was like a sparsity issue. And like I had still brow hairs here. They just weren't quite as, full as they were, but they're growing back, which is nice. And I haven't really been using anything. I've used castor oil maybe a few times, but not consistently enough for it to really be doing anything. But I'm glad they're growing back. I always have that issue every couple years. I always have that issue pop up where my brows and my lashes, I have like a little, I'm assuming they're going through like a cycle. My lashes kind of are a little bit more sparse in some areas. Right now, actually everything grew back, but like right here on this eye, I was having a really big sparse problem like at one section, but that kind of grew back, and the brows are kind of the same. So annoying. So next, let's go on to brow pencil. So the brow pencil that actually was the highest rated was the Lawless Brow Pencil. I have it. I don't know where it went. She's missing. So the next best one, the next highest rated, was the Kosas Brow Pencil. And I have the shade dark brown in this. And I actually haven't used this in a little bit because I have been testing a bunch of new stuff. So I'm excited to get back into this one. So we're going to fill in mostly towards the back. I'm not really doing anything towards the front. I do have a scar right here, if you guys can see, that I'm going to maybe try and fill in, but we'll see. We'll see. Okay, so next we're moving on to complexion, and I wanted to go with something that was more of a tinted moisturizer because my skin has been really enjoying those. So I went and I looked, and actually this one from Summer Fridays was the, oh my gosh, look how dirty this bottle is, girl. Clean your packaging. So this one from Summer Fridays was actually highest rated, which I was surprised by, not because it's not a good product, but I was just surprised that so many people were enjoying a skin tint. And it's more on the sheer side. Actually, it is on the sheer side, but you can make it light. So we're going to do just a couple dots. Then I'm actually going to blend this with my fingers. Then I'm going to take a wet beauty sponge and I'm just going to go all around my face and just really make sure it's all melded in. Okay, really happy with how that's looking. I love that product. It's like has some skincare properties to it, so it really makes my skin feel hydrated. I don't feel like I get like crepey or patchy or, you know, get a little bit of that like towards the end of the day skin feeling tight feeling. It just skin feeling tight feeling. My skin feels tight at the end of the day sometimes with products. This one doesn't give me that. I really, really enjoy it. So next we're moving on to concealer. So there was one concealer, not shocking to me, that was the top concealer, and it was the Kulfi concealer. One that was right behind it though was the Milk Makeup one, and I figured maybe I'd do a little combo because why not? So I love the Kulfi concealer. I wear the shade Mango Drop in this. I wear the shade 5 in the Summer Friday skin tint, and I'm gonna do a little bit of both because I figure why not? I know that both are really popular, especially the Milk one because of social media, but my personal favorite by far is this one of the two, but I thought I'd do a little combo. Okay, so I'm gonna let this sit for a few minutes now that it's applied and just let it like dry down slightly and marinate, if you will. Then I'm going to blend it out. Then we're going to do a little bit of the Milk Makeup one, and then we're going to move on. Okay, so we let that sit for like a minute. I'm going to take a beauty sponge and blend it out with this. I'm going to just move my makeup mirror a little bit closer. I'm going to just blend her out. All right, we're blended, happy with that. We're gonna do a little bit of the Milk Makeup one. And I wear the shade, what is this, 16-0 in this one. And I'm gonna just do a little bit of this, not too much, a very, very, very little bit of this goes a long way. So just like a touch. Honestly, I feel like that might even have been too much for the fact that I already have concealer on. And I'm actually going to blend this one out with a brush and see kind of what that does. And this is the Sephora 71 concealer brush, and I really enjoy this. And I'm just going to kind of pat it in. All right, blended, happy with that. Next, we're moving on to bronzer. So there were a couple bronzers that were rated kind of up there. The Merit Beauty one was the highest rated one. The Rose Ink one was also rated high, but we're going with this one today. You know I love the Rose Ink one though. And I'm not going to go too crazy with this one because I do find it like spreads, so a little bit at a time with this one works for me. So I'm going to do a little bit on my cheeks at first, then we're going to do my forehead, and we're just going to blend this out. And this one blends out like crazy fast and really blends like a freaking dream. I love this bronzer and how easy it is to blend. Okay, and then we're going to do just a touch up here and blend that out. Okay, I'm happy with that. We're looking cute. We're looking bronze. I'm happy. I'm feeling like more human because I feel like I'm so pale right now. I like need a little some. Okay, so the next we're moving on to blush. Now, the highest rated blush, which I'm actually not surprised by, is the LYS Beauty blush, and I have the shade Confident in this one. And so what I like to do with this blush, because these blushes are so pigmented, is I like to put it on the back of my hand, and then I like to take a blush brush like this, dip my brush in it, take some off on my wrist because she's really pigmented, and a little bit at a time is the key to success sometimes with really pigmented blushes, and I just like to kind of slowly but surely build it up, and that to me is the best way to work with this one because I've made many mistakes in my day with this specific blush and really pigmented blushes in general. Okay, I am happy with how that went. Usually when I apply this blush, I don't like think ahead. I don't like work slowly. I apply like way too much too quickly, and then having to like rectify that is kind of annoying at times. So I did a good job. So this is what's left on the back of my hand. So much is left on the back of my hand, and so much is actually on my wrist. Isn't that kind of wild how much is like a little bit of that goes a long way? Next, I want to go on with a powder blush on top because I feel like that's a thing a lot of people like to do now. I like to do that and really set product in place, but still have that like dewy property. So the highest rated powder blush, clean powder blush was this one from Bare Mineral. So I have actually all 3 shades, but I have the shade Kiss of Pink and the shade Kiss of Rose. I think I'm going to go Kiss of Pink because I think it matches the vibe of what I have today. And this is Kiss of Pink. So pretty. This is one I actually gave to a friend. I gifted this to a friend for her birthday, and she's really enjoys this. So we got to go with it. So I'm going to take just like a little fluffy brush. I'm going to put some on this, and I don't want too much again. So I'm going to take a little bit off on the back of my hand and then just kind of tap it on top. But I don't want it to be too, I can always add more, but I do find over applying blush is like so easy. At least for me it is. So I try to avoid doing too much at first. Okay, so the next we're moving on to highlighter. So I have 2 options for today. So I have the Say Beauty, what is this called? The Glowy Super Gel, but I have the shade Sun Glow in this, which is the more bronze shade. So I don't think I'm going to go with this one today. But I personally, as a highlighter, I don't love this. I love this for underneath foundation and complexion products. So the highlighter, which was the next one that I'm going to use, is the Milk Makeup. And what is this called? The Bio Glow? Yeah, Bionic Glow, not Bio Glow. And I have the shade Virtual in this, and I'm going to take a little bit on the back of my hand like this. And this one is a little bit more of a pinky glow, but I do really, really like this. And I'm going to kind of mush into it with my fingers and just apply with my fingertips. Next, we're moving on to powder, you guys, and there are a couple options. So the highest rated powder was actually the House Labs powder, but I don't have that one, which is upsetting. I am ordering it though because I really want to test it because I love the House Labs foundation. So like, why not? Very excited to try that one out. But the next one was the Say Beauty Air Set powder. I have the shade Translucent Medium. It's a little bit dark for me right now, but that's okay. We'll make it work. And then also one that was high rated was the Westman Atelier setting powder. And I thought maybe we'd do a combo of the 2 and kind of see what works out. So again, I have the shade Translucent Medium in this one. So it is more of a brown tone, and it's a neutral, a very neutral one, which is good because I love a neutral of anything. So I have a little bit on a little brush like this, and I'm going to just tap it off. Then I'm going to apply to the middle of my forehead. Okay, so that is the Say Beauty setting powder. I really like this one. It has a little bit of a sheen to it. It's more of a radiant finish, but it doesn't make you look like sweaty. I don't know how to explain it because I feel like radiant finish when it comes to a powder has like a scary connotation, and by connotation I mean in my mind I'm like that's not gonna like do much, but this is actually really nice. I do enjoy this, and it is like a light feeling powder on the skin. It doesn't feel heavy, it doesn't feel dry. I don't know, it's like it's a really nice powder. And then next, under the eyes, I thought we could do a little bit of this one, although it didn't have quite as many reviews. This is one that I have seen a lot of people enjoy. So I have the translucent shade in this one, and I'm just going to do a touch right under the eye, but before my fine lines, if that makes sense, because I don't want that I don't want all in my crease. It like always makes my under eye feel tight. And now next we're going to move on to eyes. So I am going to do a little bit of actually concealer. I'm going to do the Milk Makeup Concealer on my eyelid just as a little bit of a primer. Nothing too crazy, but just a little bit. I'm going to just blend it out with a brush. Okay, so that one is on. Happy with that. I am going to set it with a little bit of translucent setting powder just to set it, and so that my eyeshadow isn't going to stick to the lid, which is an annoying thing that sometimes can happen if you don't set your primer or whatever you use as a base to your eyeshadow. Next, we're moving on to eyeshadow. So I actually was really surprised one of these was rated the highest just because of the colors, not because I don't think it's amazing. It's an amazing eyeshadow palette, and it's this one from Lawless. It's called the Baby one, and this is the eyeshadow palette. They're so pigmented. So let me just show you the red specifically. It's wild. It is wild. I'm gonna do a little bit. No, this is gonna stain me. Oh, ugh. This is gonna stain me, you guys, for sure. But you know what? It's for science. It's for this. Look at this pigmentation. Are you screaming? Now watch. I'm going to remove it literally immediately. Look at how pigmented it is. And now we're going to remove it, and it's going to have already stained. It is so pigmented, and it's very long lasting, the red, and you really have to like move literally immediately. Like you can't let it sit for even more than a minute because then it's going to not budge, which is nice. You want that in an eyeshadow. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to start with this shade here. Does it have the name? This is called Honey Child, and I'm going to go with this one in my crease with a crease brush, and I'm going to just dip into it. And these ones do have a little bit of kick up, not in a bad way, but just be aware that they have a little bit of kick up. So they're very pigmented. They give you a lot of pigmentation. So to avoid any crazy fallout, just make sure that you tap it off. Okay, so the next, I actually don't really have a plan of what I'm going to do. I do think I am going to do like a colorful under eye and then do maybe a more neutral with a little bit of shimmer top and see how that turns out. Fingers crossed, because that can go bad, bad, fast. But what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take this shade here, and that is called Matte Amber Cocoa, and I'm going to take a little bit of this. It's like a mauve tone, and I am going to kind of place it on my under eye before I blend or do anything. So that's placed down, and I really actually like how that's looking. It's a very pretty shade, and I'm going to take a brush like this. I don't have any product on this, and I'm actually just going to kind of blend it out. So pretty. And then I kind of winged it out slightly, and I'm going to kind of enhance that wing just a little bit. And then you see that, and then just kind of like bring that. So that is that right now, and I am happy with how that's looking. It's very, I don't know, cute. So I'm going to do the same on the other eye and pray that it works out, because like I can never get stuff to match on my eyes like 95% of the time. It is so annoying. Okay, so I'm really happy with how that's looking so far. I'm pretty impressed with myself. I feel like some things work out for you when you're doing your eye looks. So then next I'm actually going to go in with a little bit of the transition shade, not too much, not too crazy. And I am going to just towards like a little bit towards the front, just a little bit of this shade to kind of bring that into this look. Okay, so then next, I think I'm going to take more of this transition shade just on my finger, and I am going to kind of put it all over my lid, easily, just like that. And I'm really into that right now. I feel like that looks good. Okay, so I'm really happy with how that's looking. Next, I'm going to take a little bit of this like shimmery shade right here, and I'm going to just place that with my finger towards the front of the eye. And then I'm going to kind of lightly blend it out towards the back without it being too much. And just kind of add a little bit of sheen. Oh, that's pretty. I like that shade a lot. It's just very like, what is it called? It's almost like a shell color. Oh, light metallic shell. Wow, it's like I'm a genius. I really like that. I do want to take a little bit of that on my pinky finger and just bring it towards the front ever so slightly, just to give this area a little bit of brightness without it being like too crazy. Okay, so the next we have eyeliner. So I think I'm going to do a little bit of eyeliner with a little bit of powder on top. And the highest rated clean eyeliner was the Kulfi one, which is not shocking to me because she lasts so long. Such a long lasting eyeliner. It's wild. I have the shade black, and I'm going to line my lid slightly. I'm not going to go too thick, as you can see, just something to kind of thicken up my lash line and make my lashes look a little bit thicker. But I really want the focal point to be this like wing that I did here, so I don't want it to be too cray. Okay, so I'm happy with that. I gave my lashes a little bit of thickness without being too much. I am going to take a little touch of this dark brown shade right here in this palette, and just do a little bit on top of that eyeliner, but like a really thin line. Okay, happy with that. Happy with the eyeshadow. Next, we're going to move on to mascaras. But first, I do want to curl my lashes, and I'm going to use the Shiseido eyelash curler, which is a very high-rated eyelash curler at Sephora. And we are just going to, actually, I should look down. I find that curling my lashes, I need to always look down. It just works out better. So I like look down and then I curl them. Okay, so look at the difference just curling your lashes makes. It's like a world of a difference. So next we're moving on to mascara. And I was actually really surprised by this because this isn't like my personal favorite mascara. So I was just like, oh, people love this. It's the Say Beauty Mascara. And yeah, so we're gonna use this. So I do find that I need to clean this wand off, especially like the little like tip portion of it, because it has like little bristles on the tip, and if I don't, I feel like I look like a crazy person, because I end up messing up my own makeup because it's not like the easiest wand, at least for me, to use. So I'm going to look down because I always find looking down is really important, especially if I like am doing a full lash, like not lash, eyeshadow look. I just don't want to get too much product on my lid, or if I can avoid it in general, that'd be great too. Okay, so that is just one coat of that mascara. And I do have to say, like, I know for me, like, it ran a little bit, which is why it wasn't my favorite, but it is, like, really pretty. So we're going to do another coat. And again, I'm going to dip in and clean off the wand again. And that's kind of how I avoid running with a lot of mascaras. But sometimes, depending on the time of year and how sweaty I am or how weepy my eyes are, if it's like fall where I get really bad allergies, but also spring where I get really bad allergies, I tend to struggle with certain mascaras just because my eyes run a little bit more. So I did get a little bit of mascara on my lid and then scratched it like a dummy. And so so I got a little bit of mascara on my lid, and I'm gonna just, it's dry down now, and I'm gonna take a spoolie and just scratch it off, and that is the way to go. I'm telling you, a little bit of patience and you'll be really happy that you waited. So I'm going to do 2 coats on my other lash. I'm going to do some bottom lash mascara, and then we're going to move on. Okay, loving how that's looking. This look is really coming together, you guys. I'm loving this for us. Okay, next we're gonna move on to lips. So there were a couple of lip products out there. So I looked for like the highest rated clean lip liner. It was the Tower 28 lip liner. So I am gonna use a little bit of this. I have the shade Draw Me. I'm gonna do not too much of this because I don't want my lips to be too brown in tone with this look. I'm going to just take a little bit. I have a little bit of lip balm on, and I'm going to take a little bit and apply it and then smudge it out. This is a very dark brown, which is gorgeous. So I applied just a little bit of that because I do love that like brownie tone to go with the purple. And I'm just smudging it out with my fingertips. Then I am going to take the highest rated clean lipstick, which was the Freck Beauty lipstick. I'm going to apply that kind of all over. It's going to go really well with the cheek. And then I'm going to do a lip gloss on top too. Okay, loving that, so cute. I feel like it's all mauve-ing together in the right way. The brown mixed with this shade from Freck Beauty, which was the shade Main Character, and a little bit of this brownie tone, not too brown, because I didn't want it to be too dark, because I really want the eyes to be the focus, is a really nice shade combo, because the pink is a little bit more, it's a little bit more mauve-y right now, and I'm really liking it, especially in person, more so than in the camera. So the highest rated like clean lip gloss was the Tower 28. So I have 2. I have this one here in the shade. This is my favorite shade for just like wearing alone. It's so good, the shade Almond. But then I also have a mini of the clear. So I think I'm going to do the clear because I'm really liking this look right now. Maybe I'll just apply it with my finger so that I don't get the thing all messy. Ugh. Dude, gloss just like is so good. Oh, look at that. Look at that, guys. What do you think of this makeup look? What do you think of this concept too? Like, I know it's been done 1,000 times, but do you like this for this channel? Would you want me to do lowest rated? Would you want me to do also for like other stores? Let me know down below. Let me know what you think of this look. Do you like this reverse cat eye kind of thing that I did? Let me know. And yeah, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.